Ouch, that's going to leave a mark. The announcement that just came out today on the next stimulus package. Let me talk you through all the details. Welcome everybody. Hey, great to see you as always. Thank you so much for coming back. If you happen to be new here or if you haven't done so already, please make sure to hit the subscribe button right down below the video so I can continue to keep you updated with everything going on going forward. Thank you so much, and I will continue to be your daily advocate. Thanks again. Let's talk through this. So first off, I hope that all of you are staying safe and cool as this heat wave is rolling across the country right now. I'm actually located in a more cooler climate, and it's supposed to be in the lower 90s over the coming days. That is hot, hot, hot for us this time of year. So please stay safe out there and definitely stay cool. All right, so anyway, let's talk through this a little further. So in my video yesterday evening, I said that President Biden and the key negotiator on the Republican side would be meeting today to discuss the negotiations of the infrastructure and stimulus package. Well, they met today in a closed-door meeting. They came out of the meeting and said it was very constructive. And guess what? I'll give you one guess. They're going to meet again on Friday. Well, they're actually going to talk again on Friday. But yes, they didn't really come to any conclusions. We weren't really expecting them to come together like completely saying, yes, we're going to work together or not. But they came out of it basically saying, yeah, the talk was very constructive, but we're going to meet again on Friday to discuss it further. So this comes as no surprise, as we've seen this play out so many other times over the last year, right? So they weren't actually exchanging papers today or anything like that, but rather just kind of talking through things. So anyway, we'll have to see what comes out of that on Friday. All right. With that being said, there actually was a pretty big announcement that came out today that kind of put the kibosh on Chuck Schumer's plans to do this thing with budget reconciliation. Now, let me talk you through this because it's a little bit confusing, but let me just kind of briefly hit on this. So we've talked about this before. We have the two packages right now, right? The infrastructure package, which is about $1.7, $1.8 trillion. And there is the other portion of the package, the American Families Plan, which is $1.8 trillion. In total, it's about $4 trillion, roughly, right around $4 trillion. So here's the thing. Previously, Chuck Schumer wanted to push these things through with budget reconciliation. Maybe like the first one, budget recon, the second one, budget reconciliation, reform Medicare, budget reconciliation, right? They have all these magic cards, all of these wild cards that they could use to push these things through. However, the big announcement today came out of the Senate parliamentarian, and she ruled they can only use one more budget reconciliation card this year. So poor Chuck there cannot do that. He cannot use his cards multiple times now, but rather he can only do it one more time. So he needs to go back to the drawing board and kind of re-strategize how he's going to do this going forward. If he only has one more card and he can only, and he wants to get all of these different projects done in the event that they do not come together on a bipartisan basis for the first portion of the package, the infrastructure package, that means Chuck will need to, Chuck Schumer, by the way, that's who I'm talking about, he would need to combine all of this together into one massive package. So the first portion, the American Jobs Plan, the second portion, the American Families Plan, and anything else like Medicare reform or anything else that they want to do, it would all need to be done in one massive, massive package, which is about $4 trillion, give or take, a couple $100 billion. Yeah, so it's a lot of money, but this is huge because Chuck Schumer was kind of eyeing this thing saying, hey, we're just going to do this thing through budget reconciliation the whole way, just jam them all through, no problem. But Senate parliamentarian ruled, nope, sorry, you only get one more magic card this year. So he will need to use that one very, very closely and very smart, right? Like he'll need to plan and definitely need to strategize. So there's two different ways that this could happen going forward now. We could possibly see Democrats and Republicans come together and decide to work with each other on the first portion of the infrastructure package. We already know that there's not going to be any Republican support on the second portion, the American Families Plan. We already know that. Not a big deal. That's fine. But if they come together on a bipartisan basis and push it through, not a big deal. Then they can just do the second portion with budget reconciliation. However, if they cannot come together on the first portion, that means they would need to bundle it all together as one big massive package, like that $4 trillion, and do it that way. So I know this is kind of boring stuff. I know you probably don't care about it all that much, but this could be an influential factor when it comes to passing all of this and adding those stimulus checks into there, right? So we have a couple people who identify as moderate Democrats, like, for example, Joe Manchin. He's one of them, but basically they come out and they identify as moderate Democrats. In other words, they're Democrats, but yet they're still somewhat conservative. You know what I mean? So they have somewhat of a problem with like a huge $4 trillion package. However, currently right now, people like Joe Manchin are a little bit frustrated with Republicans right now because they rejected that January 6th commission that they voted on last week. So maybe he's kind of eyeing this whole thing thinking, I kind of want to retaliate a little bit and let's just kind of stick it to him and let's just vote for it and pass it through. But either way, we're basically coming right down to the wire here on this whole negotiation process, and it's just going to be a matter of a couple days now until we get further clarity on how this thing is going to move forward. And like I said, I get it. This whole budget reconciliation thing, the whole bipartisan thing, the packages, I get it. It's kind of boring. I totally agree with you. We just want to know about stimulus checks. I totally hear you. I want to know too, right? So I'm right there with you. I want to know about stimulus checks probably more than even you do. Yes. But here's the thing. We need to continue watching all of this very closely because all of these elements are going to play into how they actually go forward with the next round of stimulus checks. That's why I'm watching this so closely and why I continue to come back and keep you updated with all of these negotiations and the talk on the infrastructure package. You know, I've seen some comments from a few of you reaching out saying, hey, we don't care about the infrastructure. Just tell us about the stimulus. I get it. I totally agree with you. Yeah, we don't really care about the other portions. I mean, we do care, but, you know, it's not as exciting as cash being sent out to us into our bank accounts. That's the most exciting, right? Right? You wake up and you have some money sitting in your bank account. That's always the best part. So yes, but either way, it's all going to be predicated on how it's going to play out as far as the next round of stimulus checks. That's why we need to watch all of this so closely. But either way, if this actually gets passed through, or if it all gets bundled together as one big massive package, like I've said in other videos, they'll need to put everything they could possibly ever want into this package, because now that Chuck Schumer only has one of these wild cards left to use, you better believe they're going to pile everything they could possibly ever want and dream and think of into this package. This is their one shot, right? So, I mean, think of us. If you had one shot to get something passed, like you have a wild card, you literally have a wild card, and you can do whatever you want with it. You can say, and you have the opportunity to pass anything, and you can use your wild card to pass it. Would you just put a few of the items in there that you want, or would you put all of the initiatives you could ever possibly want and ever dream of, thinking into the future? Would you pile it all in there and say, let's just get it done? If I want to use it, I can. You know what I mean? It's always there for me. Let's just get it passed, and then it's done. I can use my one wild card, versus not putting everything in there and then coming back saying, oh man, I had that one wild card. I really wish I would have used it to put this into the package as well. Get what I'm saying? So yeah, pretty interesting. But either way, I wanted to give you this update because this is like a huge announcement that came out today out of the Senate parliamentarian. And Chuck Schumer, I'm interested to see how he's going to respond to this and what he's going to do going forward as far as strategy. Yeah, right? It's all about strategy as far as getting these things passed and through. So anyway, wanted to give you a quick update. As I said, I'm always here for you. I'm here to keep you updated with everything going on, to help you out in any way that I can. But we are really running down to the wire here. Like, we're getting really, really close here as far as, you know, running down to the timeline here. It's basically a couple more days here and the time frame is over. It's basically, you know, we're either going to move forward or what's going to happen here. So we should be getting all of those answers here like very, very soon. And then we should be getting a lot more information on this next round of stimulus checks. So anyway, hope you're doing well. Stay cool out there and enjoy your day. I will see you in the next video. Please make sure to hit the subscribe button if you haven't done so already. And feel free to check out any of my other nearly 1,200 videos right here on the channel. Thanks again. You're awesome. And I'll see you in the next video.